And just like that, we are live once again. It's Friday. We happy to be here. And yeah, it's King Carey.
I'm sorry, stream. I'm through up because StreamYard hold me again. It doesn't say live on my end, so I'm assuming it's gonna pop up in like a few moments.
Okay. Well, yeah, just know you're live right now. At least I'm live.
Baby.
So,
Okay, there we go. Anywho,
period.
baby,
Okay.
Kia
Yeah, a
motherfucking
little.
Carry. Little delay, but it's that StreamYard bullshit. I'm
Yes.
Troy.
I'm Damon.
We are back with another live review for you guys. Chasing motherfucking
Period.
Atlanta,
Period. Yes.
season 7, episode 2,
Mm-hmm.
Dose, title left on red, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, okay. Let me shout out to the because I was just about to jump into the general thoughts, literally about to jump right into the review. So let me backtrack, let me backpedal.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all of the people who are going to join us on this Good Friday night. Shout out
Yes.
to all the people who are going to watch this on the playback. Heavy
Mm-hmm.
shout out, major shout out to the people who are going to watch this on the playback. We love the people who come in and chop it up with us, converse with us. But
Of
like
course.
the playback game, baby. Live for you guys. So shout out to the people who are gonna watch this on the playback. Like,
Mm-hmm.
comment, share, subscribe. Of course, we are still on our journey to 1,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
So help a nigga out with that. Like, I
Please.
feel like we come on a live and we have like a cup in our hand that's like change or spare. No shade, no shade. But
We
I
like
kind of feel
Doja
like that's what
Cat
we need
looking up under the couch for some views and some subscribers, to be honest.
My goodness. And a good wig.
And
And
a
maybe
good
a good wig. Anywho, Chasing Atlanta, baby. Yawn. Damon co-host La Familia. None of that over there. But what's going
You
on,
know
baby?
what?
What did you think
Don't
of this
start.
episode?
Don't start. And
What
then
did
go
you
try
think
to
of this
creep
goddamn
past it. Don't even start.
I just have to let the
Um
people know it ain't that,
yes,
baby.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, would you mind going first for your general thoughts? How did you feel?
This was a pretty well balanced episode.
Okay.
Um, Now again, I don't want to give this episode or this season too much because I feel like I did the same thing with Chasing Orlando, the last season of Chasing Orlando, and it turned out
Hmm.
to be a letdown. But this episode was pretty well balanced. Like this cast is working. Um, I mean, every scene it's them either talking about like a collab or like I have this project coming up, or it's them actually doing what they say they do, and I'm just living for it. Like,
Right.
um, I feel like this cast, especially a lot of the new faces, they kind of they're self-aware in the I guess the aspect of they know like how large the chasing platform is. They know how large the chasing audience is. So it's like I'm gonna utilize my brand and my craft and really just put my best foot forward. So I'm living for that. Like we'll get into it, but it's just a lot of people are just like I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm in a booth, baby. It's just a lot of shit going on, a lot of positive shit going on. It's just so much that it's
Yes.
just kind of got me all over the place. But I'm living for this
Hmm.
goddamn episode. Just
Got you a little miscombobulated. It's okay.
it is, baby.
Uh,
Maybe I'm a little, yes, very much that. Very much that.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with you. I think it's a normal season to me. It's given normal. It's given like what
Hmm.
people should be doing with the platform. So I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, everybody seems pretty cool for the most part. Things seem normal. People are actually, like you said, doing what they say they're going to do. They have a showing, whether it's fashion, they have a performance. They're telling us about their upcoming stuff. It seems like they had stuff stacked up, for the
Yeah,
show, which
prior,
is great.
yeah, and I'm listen.
Yeah, which I love.
Whoever, listen, heavy on the we love this. Okay, I want to go back to what I said in the season premiere review. This
Hmm.
is giving Reese G. It's giving Reese
It
G.
is
I'm
giving
sorry,
Reese's. It's
and
giving
if this,
Reese's.
it is giving Reese's. So Reese's, she ain't shit for that. But to like whoever the current production whoever is responsible for the storyline of the season or like making sure that this cast is on their shit, big ups and bravo to you because this season it's given I've done this before. So I don't
Hmm.
have to really do too much to look for a moment or be the moment.
Right.
Like we'll get to like the cast breakdown because there's just certain people I thought would be extra and they're just really mellow and just work focus or focus on like their goal or craft or whatever. And then there's
Hmm.
some people I thought was like, okay, chill, whatever, but that light skin shit coming out. So we're gonna talk about that. And I know you know who I'm talking about. That
You
light skin
know,
shit coming out.
I
I don't like
agree that it's some people that are you would think are extra and they are extra, but like in a good way, in an entertaining way, in a normal way, I think. And I also just want to say shout out to the people that are here watching. Thank you for being
it.
here. You can be anywhere on Friday. You probably ain't got to work tomorrow, and you're here with us, so thank you. But definitely
Yes.
shout out to Magic User in the building. Thank you for
Yes,
being
thank you for
here,
being here.
as well as G Baby Who Baby, who's in the building. Oldies but goodies, our day ones essentially.
Yeah. It
But
was day one.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, this season is good. I'm living for it. I think every scene is something that I think I'm getting something out of every scene, and it's also showing Atlanta. They're showing balls. They're showing
Mhm.
studio sessions. They're just showing all types of things. So I'm really here for that. Um, but yeah, do we want to kind of get into the scenes already? And
Yes,
definitely
let's
feel
get
free to let us
to.
know how y'all feel. Ooh, in the chat. We'll definitely read it,
Ooh,
of course. What?
what's going
Don't
on
don't
over there?
start. Don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Okay. Because I
Oh.
got my finger on the. I got
I'm
my
just
finger
asking the
on the.
question.
Because
My
you had
bad,
already
Ian.
hit me with a couple, and I'm just
Came out the gate swinging. My bad.
yes.
My
It's
bad.
that Gemini energy, and we ain't even nowhere near May.
Well, listen. Would you rather me be light skinned or would you rather me be have Gemini energy? You gotta pick your poison, baby. You
Pick
want the
one.
Gemini energy or would you rather me have that light skin energy?
You giving both right now, so I don't. I
I'm
didn't
gonna
wrote
I'm
my.
gonna dial it back. I'm sorry. I'm gonna dial it back. We can
Oh
jump on
my
into this
god.
review, baby.
Yes.
Goodness.
Then wrote my notes down, and now I'm scrambling trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. Um, episode two, Left on Red. Shout out to everybody that's here and that's gonna watch this on
Mhm.
playback, as you said. And so we follow up with Dom, who we said is kind of the the matriarch, the patriarch of
Mhm.
the group, checking in on everybody. It seems pretty genuine. I know, like last, other shows, people have tried to claim that role, and it didn't necessarily seem genuine. So this, I think Dom seems genuine. I think he is genuinely checking on everybody and trying to see like where everybody is at in their
Mhm.
life. So he sits down with Noel. Um, I love this duo. Um, I feel like they're always dressed like they're going to a rave, and I live. I live. They're always dressed like they're about to go listen to some. Like I feel like that is always the vibe, and
Very Emma
yeah,
and Manny from Degrassi.
very that, and I live for it. But and I like their energy. I feel like Dom is kind of calm compared to Noel, so I feel like
Mhm.
they balance each other out. But I didn't catch the vampire in Brooklyn shade when Q said that Noel was on his Eddie Murphy shit. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? My first thought was Raw. You know that fucking leather
Oh
suit he was
my
wearing? I was
goodness.
like, what is he talking about? But then, yeah, the wig was definitely giving Vampire in
Vampire in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Little
Mhm.
dry, little squish. No shade. Um, but yeah, they sit down and they just kind of talk about like what they've been doing and the event that happened the episode before, and they also talk about Noel, I guess, going viral. I guess there was a photo that he took with some friends at a picnic, and now what? I guess his friends are they give him fine, they fine as hell. Also giving trade, and I guess somebody commented, "Move your punk ass out the
Hold on,
way."
Damon. There is you kind of have an echo a little
I have a what?
bit, a little bit of an echo.
A echo? Do I still have
Yeah,
an
kind
echo?
of.
Let
Yeah,
me.
sound robotic just a little bit. No shade.
Not robotic. What about now? I think it's maybe my AirPods. Am I still robotic?
Yeah,
Am I still? Oh, I'm still getting robotic. Um,
which is crazy because it just started. Like when we started the review, it didn't sound like there wasn't an echo,
mhm.
but just kind
You
of
know
hit.
what? Let me go out and come back in and see what that is. Maybe I'm speaking too
Okay.
loudly.
My goodness.
Okay, what
Anywho,
about now?
um,
Am I still giving robotic?
a little bit, but audience, if y'all don't mind it's not like the old echo that we used to have to deal with. It's
Hmm.
okay. If I could remember on wrestling when Kane had that little microphone box, that's what you kind of sound like.
What the
No
fuck?
shade. I'm sorry, that's what
Oh
you're
my
gonna sound
god.
like. But audience, kind of, can y'all give us a little bit of feedback? Can y'all rock with it? Yeah, it sounds like you're like speakerphone.
Oh, I sound like I'm okay. I had a fear of that. Okay, let me look at my reduced background noise. Okay, we forever fighting with StreamYard, so just bear with us.
Thank you, please and thank you.
Okay, let me see. Let me go back. Ooh, don't ban from studio. Ooh, don't do that. You gonna ban me, you ban. Okay.
Ooh, baby. Oh my gosh, StreamYard is always on that shit. StreamYard is always on that shit. But to kind of piggyback off of what Damon said, this Noel went viral because of internalized homophobia. Like people were really salty or pressed that he was in a photo with I guess two niggas that give straight, like uber masculine or whatever. And the girls were super like pressed, like very upset. And it was just like, well, if Noel wasn't in the photo, like the dudes wouldn't ask y'all musty asses to jump in to take a photo. So like, why y'all
Ooh,
like? I don't know. I'm just living for Noel. This was crazy though. Like the people was really upset that he was in a photo with two of his homeboys. Like,
I'm scared to speak.
my goodness.
Am I still giving robotic? Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
My goodness. Yes. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Maybe it's my AirPods. It's so crazy because I literally did this so that I could sound better, but like
It's
we're just
crazy. Like,
cursed with terrible audio, I guess.
yeah. We're gonna
Um,
talk about production. What was it? Anyway, I'm not gonna backtrack. Audio trash in this podcast. Anywho, um,
Jesus. Let me try my headphones and see if that works.
okay, sure, I got a
So go
connection.
ahead, give your thoughts on this internalized homophobia.
That part. And then Noel said that I guess the person who was like responsible for the comment, they are a part of like ballroom. So that's why I was like, you got to be real careful with them ballroom gays, baby. Just gays in general, but them ballroom gays be real fucking catty. And I bet you it was somebody who was probably a bigger flame than Noel who left that goddamn comment. How much you wanna bet? Like, just sad, huh? Um, but again, I'm glad that Noel didn't kind of let this affect him or kind of like break him down. Like he basically said, "You want to be on my spot," and I'm glad that he had that mentality, baby. I took a photo with two fine ass niggas, and you niggas are mad. Like I just cannot get on Beyonce's internet, Blue Ivy's internet, and make a fool of myself.
Exactly. So
Oh
I'm
wait,
sorry, how do I sound
I
now?
think
Because
now I have
I'm in.
a yeah, I have an echo now, so I think I'll take out my headphones and see what that gives.
Oh my God. Okay.
My goodness.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Now you can hear me now. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Um,
I'm glad we troubleshooted this before. I mean, of course, thank you to everybody that's here right now, but before more people come in, it's just like, what the fuck? They just can't get right, can they?
yes.
Like,
Apologies, y'all. It sounded like the audio sounded like legit.
yeah.
Like it was
Um,
tight. Like before we hit the go live button, and then I don't know what the fuck happened. But shout out to the people who are here. Shout out to the people again who are gonna watch this on the playback. Disclaimer.
hey, I'm so sorry. Do I
14
sound robotic
minutes.
still though? Because I don't sound robotic anymore, right?
No, no, no,
Okay. Okay, good.
no. Yeah, drop this in the comments. Disclaimer, I guess 14 minutes into the live review, we kind of had some audio issues.
We get our
So
shit together.
Yeah, you could just
The internet.
bypass the 12-minute mark. 12 minutes to 14 minutes, just bypass that. We'll be back on our shit.
Act like we got that countdown that YouTubers have before they actually go live, so that people are there
I feel
by
like
the time
YouTube
they
is
actually
holding
go live.
us. YouTube is like kind of like dangling it in front of us,
Hmm.
and it's
Hmm.
like, gotta be faster than that. Gotta be faster than that. They trick asses. Anywho, chase the motherfucking Atlanta baby. Shout out to Noel
Hmm.
for this photo, and it's given that he got ransom.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
not
I
ransom. I'm
mean,
sorry, but
don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, they're fine, but like, I don't know. It's also something very cringy about being too thirsty for fine, man. Like, it's just like, I mean, I get it. It's a joke, but it's also just like, I don't know. We already deal with so much sinphobia in the community, so for somebody to be like, move your punk ass out the way is just like, like, uh, but yeah, I'm glad that Noel, um, Noel doesn't seem to take himself too seriously. So I feel like that kind of helped in him not really feeling no type of way about people dragging him for having the audacity to be in the same space as men that look like this. So, um, I mean, I'm kind of with Dom. Like, definitely feel free to capitalize off of it. I don't know what you gonna what you gonna get from it. Because girl, said Jackie, I don't think you're gonna listen to your music, but but I mean, hey, you never know. But this also brings me to a thing that I also find hilarious about Noel, and of course, if you've seen the thumbnail, you're probably gonna figure out what I'm talking about. But Baby wants them eggs cracked and that name changed, okay? Because when I tell you every which way, he asked Sammy if he was single, flirting with Tremel. I'm like, he in this situation with these men. I'm just like, Baby is out here, okay?
and I'm living
Baby
for
wants
it.
that back crack.
And
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying.
picking up on that New York reference that you laid out because I swear I've been quoting that shit all morning. I'm not fucking around with
Yes.
you, baby. Yes. But yeah,
She should
no,
have
what was
flashed
in
him like
heat?
she did Flav on the season 2 finale of Flavor of Love. That's what she should have did. But anyway,
My
um,
goodness.
but yeah, I said Noel gets dragged for being Sim around the trade. The audacity. Like, but yeah, they also talk about the fashion show the showing that Q had, and basically they were just Dom mentioned that he didn't like the fashions either, which I think a lot of people didn't like the fashions. I think they just had enough decency to not say it out loud during the
Mm-hmm.
event. But Noel being Noel is just gonna like say his commentary right then and there. But yeah, Dom also didn't really feel like he likes the fashion. Did we really talk? I think we did talk about the fashion show. Yeah, we did.
I,
Um,
for Quentin's first fashion show, I feel like he did what he could have done. I feel like he did what he could have done. He did what he did with what he was given, if that makes sense. Like, but at
it
least for
was
me,
giving.
I guess I was, since he said the venue was full of like extravagant furs and like evening
Mhm.
gowns, I was kind of expecting the fashions to be like more extravagant, almost kind of like maybe like a mini couture like fashion show. But I mean the
Mhm.
fashions weren't bad. But then again, I'm not like a fashion person, so shit. I was upset at them damn shoes that homegirl had on. Like, if I don't take her off these damn stripper shoes,
What did
we selling
Noel
jewelry,
say?
we selling
Baby
pussy.
first step.
My
I
goodness.
said, Jesus, not baby first step. A chunky heel, but they didn't get chunky heel, so that's good. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. But yeah, yeah, I thought the fashion show was okay. It gave typical Atlanta fashions to me. Like it gave like this is what the typical like I'm in Atlanta and I do fashion and I'm gay. That's what the look gave to me.
He
But
should have consulted Sheree. And he should have got up on that spring summer collection that she was gonna drop.
uh, some
He said, "What
joggers.
happened to the spring summer collection?" She said, "Joggers." I'm like, did she get robbed by some joggers?
It was the way she blurted it out. It was like with no
Joggers,
context. It was
baby.
like
Like,
okay.
goodness.
Anyway, um, but yeah, they also talk about Sebastian's food and I guess Sebastian felt some type of way about people not eating his food, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, I don't know if it was in like a jokey way, like kind of like, oh, you ain't eat my food, like like lighthearted, but like I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I was somewhere and somebody was like, oh, I have food to like serve, and then was mad that I didn't eat their food, I would be like, girl, what you gonna do, force me to eat it? Like, I don't know. Like, I would be like, get over yourself. Like, if I didn't want to eat it, I didn't want to eat it. I'm not being shady.
Right.
I just don't want the food.
Right. Like, you
Maybe
can
Dom
expect me
had
to be
dates.
dressed
Oh.
up and to be eating a fucking hot dog that's literally drenched in ketchup and mustard. Like, no shade. If you give me
Dom
like
had
a
date with
bib or
another hot dog.
something, yeah, I'll tear that motherfucker up. But like, no.
Dom wanted some other type of beef, okay?
My goodness. Did you catch that? He said I didn't eat the hot dog because I had plans that night. I said, Dom, a hot dog is not going to interfere with your plans of being a bop. Like, homeboy,
Bread
go
and water,
support
baby.
Sebastian.
You don't know his body.
Don't make me put you on timeout. Now, we already got audio issues, baby. Don't make me pull that. Don't make me do it. His words, not mine.
You don't know
But
that man good, okay?
I'm glad that Dom is aware, because that's one thing I can't stand is I know my body ass bitch. Look at me ass bitch, I know my body ass bitch.
Listen,
like, we don't got time for that.
Bread and
But it's a hot
cucumbers,
dog.
baby.
Like,
bread and cucumbers.
my goodness.
But yeah. So Sebastian comes and on cue, perfect cue, as they're talking about this situation. And basically Dom is like, yeah, like, they of course talk about the whole food situation. And Dom is like, oh, like, I just didn't want to eat, I had to, I had a date or whatever. And Noelle is basically kind of like, this, you kind of
Fake.
being fake. Like,
Yeah, very much.
And so you agree. Okay. You agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Dom backtracked like a motherfucker when Sebastian showed up. And then the fact that the cameraman was panning between Noelle's face and Dom's face made the whole situation even funnier. Because Noelle was side-eyeing the shit out of Dom like, bitch, that is not what you just told me. But you know what? I'm going to let you have it.
I'm gonna let you live. But I don't know if I saw it as fake or more so as it's not that serious. Because I'm just like, the event already happened. I don't think he didn't eat the hot dogs because it didn't make sense with the event. Like, to me, it's like, even if it didn't make sense with the event, which I agree, I don't feel like that would have stopped me from eating hot dogs. Like, so to me, it's just like, it didn't really make sense, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know if I necessarily need to tell you that. Like, but I do also kind of get it being kind of fake, because it's like, you were just talking about how it didn't make sense, and now he's here right now. You could have been like, girl, and why y'all fucking serve hot dogs? I know that's your brand, but like, why are you serving hot dogs at this fashion event? That don't make sense. Like, but yeah, I could see it both ways.
I wonder if...
said, I'm gonna just read this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Noelle said, Who Baby said, Noelle tickled me, the looks took me out. Are you talking about his looks? Or are you talking about his looks? Because they both be taking me out. His facial expressions and the fashions be taking me out. But yes, Noelle is the queen. Imagine User said, I don't like the Q character so far, boringly arrogant. Yeah, he kind of gives like a slight pretentiousness. I don't know if maybe that's just like the the industry he's in. Like, I feel like you have to present yourself in a certain way. But yeah, he does kind of give like a little pretentious. But
well, Trey Howard is the stylist. He doesn't really come off like that. But different strokes, different folks.
That's true. Yeah, I guess a lot of the fashion girls aren't necessarily pretentious, but yeah, I don't know. The fashions were definitely given like 2012, so I think for him to be arrogant is a little, I don't know.
And he should have hired Cali Boys to give the models a 2016 beat. Period.
Not a 2016 beat, baby. Had Weezy F baby.
You know I live for Cali. But that comment that she read from that review still sends me to this day. He gave her that. He gave that 2015 beat. I was like, she does look kind of dated, but no, I live for Cali, so it's all good in my book.
Yeah,
It's all good over here,
but
baby. But
yeah, um, yeah, I don't know. I think Dom is he a little shady. I feel like he be trying to pacify situations, but it also comes off as fake. So I see both sides.
I
Um,
wonder if, like you said, Dom kind of swept it under the rug because it's not that serious. Like, I guess Dom kind of taking, I guess it's like leadership role in the group. Like me having conflict with somebody over hot dogs isn't like a good look. But in the same breath, if you felt some type of way about him serving hot dogs, like don't tell Noel. And then homeboy pulls up and you're like, oh, I didn't have a problem with your hot dogs. I just was like, I don't know. It's a little weird to me. I still love Dom, but
yeah, I think it's also how you bring it up too. Like,
yeah,
I think like I just would have been like, girl, now why y'all serve them hot dogs? They look good, but like, it's we not playing baseball. Like, why you serve? You know, like I would have brought it up in like a lighthearted way, I guess, so that he knew that I wasn't necessarily trying to be shady.
right.
Um, but yeah, I've seen that comment a couple of times where it's like Dom fake. You told y'all Dom fake, and I was like, ooh, okay. Um, but yeah, I said Noella's trying to find a man. They talk about how Noelle talks about how he was flirting with Tramiel at the Q's event, and I just thought it was funny because when they showed the footage, it did not
Tramel was in
like
his
they were
phone.
flirting.
I said that man was in his, that man was preoccupied.
It didn't seem like they was flirting, and then later in the episode, Tramiel was like, or I think was it Dom that asked him like, "Were you flirting with Dom, or were you flirting with Noelle?" And he was like, "Not really." I was like, "Oh, Noelle, forever, just forever a key." Um, but yeah, I was just like, "This don't get flirty," but
It
okay.
really didn't. I think it was that heavy ass wig.
It might have been the heavy wig. We'll get to that wig. Um, but yeah. Also in this scene, I mean, I always thought I think everybody on the show is cute or attractive, but this scene, Sebastian looked really good. I really saw the whole vision. I said, okay, period. He's cute. Um,
Sebastian and his inches, baby.
and okay,
I'm talking about the hot dogs. Talk about the hot
sure,
dogs.
sure. Um, but yeah. So, we fast forward to a scene with Sammy and his boyfriend, fiance, sorry. And they're in their home and they're basically just kind of hanging out. They kind of talk about how they moved into the place, they've been there for a minute, and I guess now they want to really start making it a home, I guess. And then they of course talk about marriage. I thought this scene was interesting because if they've been together for 15 years, I'm pretty sure they've been together even before gay marriage was legal in the U.S. So I think that that's really interesting that like they were literally together when gay like gay marriage was like declared legal nationally. So I wonder did that create some conversation between them? I don't know how long they were together at that point, but I don't know. I just think that that's interesting that like they were together when you could legally get married. Because before you could just say, well, we can't legally get married. We have to just be, boyfriends, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all were together when it became legal. So um, I don't know. I'm curious as to why they were together for so long and not got married, especially if shout out to Sammy who commented that it wasn't an off and on situation like we said last episode. It's been like a continuous 15 years, so that's like
Yes.
fucking 50 years in gay years. So um, yeah, but I mean they seem like they cool. I don't know. The boyfriend was just kind of chilling. Um, I think Sammy probably has the personality in the relationship. Not
Mm-hmm.
he has the bigger personality, I would say, in the
Well,
relationship.
shout out to his fiance for kind of taking a back seat during the scene and not being extra, like most
That's
people having a nigga on camera and the nigga be doing the most. But I did say shout out to Sammy for coming through the last review and clearing up the comment. His
hmm
relationship has been continuous. He said
right.
no Rashida Frost and Kirk Frost over that way, baby. No breakups and no break babies.
Exactly. No
Period.
break dating. I know that's
That
right.
way. But I did say I hope that Like I hope that we get to see them like plan this wedding, or if they do kind of like wherever they do officially, if they elope or if they do get married, I hope we get to follow them like along this process and kind of get to see like them tying a knot. I think that would be cute. That would make it like honestly a cute little spinoff show. Since we're not gonna get lovers and friends, Mr. Markel. I know you married, and I know you're still in that honeymoon phase.
Right.
But bitch, you need to drop lovers and friends. Now, if I have to come to
Exactly.
Dallas and find you for you to drop lovers and friends, then that's what I want to do. But if we're not gonna get lovers and friends, chase a reality, then I feel like a spinoff of Sammy and his fiance planning their marriage, their wedding, and then actually tying the knot would be cute. I'm just saying.
Markel said, "I'm in love, baby. I don't care about nobody else."
Well, yeah, see that's my issue. See, that's my issue. He done got in love and he just said, "Fuck everybody else." No, Markel, we don't do that.
Damn.
We don't do that, Markel. We do not do that. You've been telling us lovers and friends is gonna come for like 4 years.
Yeah, and we love that show. That's one of my favorites. I love Lovers and Friends.
A really good show, but yeah, I enjoyed the scene. Shout out to Black Love. Always gonna support Black Love. Sammy and his fiance are very attractive couple, baby. I did peep that the fiance's name is Vanek. I said, nah, that baby. Who named him? He must be some kin to my girl Vanna. Shout out to my girl Vanna from Johnson's Cabaret, baby. Vonda, I'm sorry, that's what it is, Vonda. But Annie, baby, I said you must be named after somebody's grandfather.
Maybe that does give the third vibe before. But yeah, cute scene. I hope we see more of their relationship and just more of where they've been, where they're going, all of that. And then the next scene, we get a look into a new person's life. Everybody's on the show is new at this point, but we get a look into Althea's life with her son in the studio. She's recording a song. I think the song is called "Letter to My Son." The S-U-N instead of S-O-N. And basically, she talks about how like she, she didn't really have anybody to watch her son. Normally, she has her mom or her sister watch her son, but it's also the fact that she don't really like people to be around her son like that. Like she likes a select group of people to watch her son, which I thought was, I thought made sense, and I thought that was like a nice thing to be considerate about. Like, you just don't want anybody watching your child because you don't know, what they gonna be doing when you're not around. So. Yeah, they were in the studio. He was climbing on her, clearly a little bored. But she was singing, and she said that like him being there kind of helped her, get through the song. Kind of made her feel more of the song and perform better. I thought it was a cute scene, but her son is clearly adorable, and. Yeah, I thought the song was interesting. I think I said it in the first episode. I feel like her vibe is very she has a unique voice. Like I feel like the way she sings is very unique to her. So I like that. And yeah, what did you think of the scene?
I thought the scene was really adorable. I feel like Althea so far she's become one of my faves. Excuse me. I love her transparency. I love her vulnerability. I also like that she doesn't let being like a single parent define her. She actually kind of embraces it, and she's like, I'm gonna be a go-getter for my child, which I absolutely just love because there has been such a negative stigma around Black women, being single parents and raising kids alone. So to see her just flourish and go above and beyond for her son, I was like, I love Miss Althea. Watching her, excuse me, I lost my notes. Watching her in the studio with her son, and then kind of talking about the relationship that she had with his dad, and really kind of not trying to go too much to it, but I did peep that the dude that was in the studio, I don't know if he was trying to, almost like he was trying to pick up on he was trying to get up in them drawers, I ain't trying to get up in your business, but you mind telling me what you got going on? Nigga, just mix this damn track and get up out her face.
You caught that too.
Yeah, you just mix this track and get up out her face. That's what you do. But hey, I'm loving for Althea. I thought the scene was cute. Yeah, it's just, I guess because this is a first, I won't say a parent being on these shows because there have been parents on the show, but to see like a parent interact on this show with their child where they work is like kind of reminds me of like bring your child to work day or bring your kid to work day or something like that. So I just
Right.
thought this scene was cute. I
And
thought
we've
this was
never
like a
seen a
good
mom on the show.
right.
Yeah.
Wait, has there?
I don't think we've seen like
No, I don't
anybody
think so.
like
There have been like fathers, but I don't think
yeah.
there have been any mothers
Right, right.
on the show.
She's a mother. Mother. But yes, I'm glad that you mentioned her interactions with the audio engineer because it was kind of leaning towards like, oh, so what you talking about? What you about to do after this?
Yeah,
That's
it
what it
was
was
very
kind
much
of
that.
giving.
And I'm like, homeboy, she got her son right here.
Her
Like,
son is in the building.
business. It's too much going on right now. Too much.
And then she was like talking about, I guess, the situation with um the child's father, and he was like asking about that, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of turning it into a date. But I mean, they
Yeah,
were like a cute couple. He was cute, she's cute. I mean, hey,
very much that. And the fact
I'm
that he
excited.
seemed so comfortable, like, around her son was also kind of like a little kind of adorable to me, kind of cute to me. Because,
Hmm.
like, I feel like most people or most men would kind of be a little afraid to, approach a woman that has a child so young. But the fact that he was just in there chilling was
Right.
kind of like, oh, okay, maybe he has kids of his own or he's kind of been around the block a few times or whatever. But I just thought like their vibe was very, very, very relaxed. So
Hmm.
this scene was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Um, Althea also mentions that she is booked to sing at a venue. I forgot the name of the venue. Forgive me, but apparently it's a historical black venue, and they reached out to her to kind of do a cover of a particular artist, and she chose Tony Braxton. Um, I don't know why I just thought of that scene in Martin. I'm gonna sing it out loud like Tony Braxton. But anyway, she chose Tony Braxton, and I'm excited to see that. I hope that they filmed it. Um, but yeah, she's gonna be doing that. I hope that they show that.
Yes, I'm
Um,
looking forward to that performance because I love Tony Braxton. Like, who the fuck doesn't love Tony Miss Tony Birdman Braxton, as I call her?
you know
But
what? Don't put Birdman in this. Cause
well, she is kind of technically married to that man. So why not take the title of Birdman, Mrs. Birdman?
no,
Just don't take the title of not paying your artists, because you know he owe Lil Weezy, he owe Lil Wayne money. Allegedly. Allegedly. Now
hey,
Birdman hit us
how
with
do
the
you
cease
know
and
that?
desist, baby. We will not recover from that. So let me tread the fuck lightly. Let me watch what I say. My bad. He allegedly owes Lil Wayne money. Allegedly. Okay, my bad. But yeah,
I'm
shout out to that.
dead.
I'm looking forward to seeing Alfia perform because, like I said, I love Tony Braxton. I love her music, especially early
Mhm.
'90s Tony, baby.
Yes,
That early '90s, give me that. So if Alfia comes
get that.
through with the voice and baby, I'm gonna be here for that performance. That's
Hmm.
gonna be lit. That's gonna be
Yes,
lit. But yeah, shout out to
yes.
Alfia. This scene was very cute.
Two scenes. Um, so moving on to the next scene, we have Althea in this scene as well with Dom and Nova making it.
Redacted. Cause you know, finish, yeah, because I've been at work thinking about this all fucking day. Now, the bitch was giving cool at first, and then she
Now
spoke,
she
and I
has
was
you
like,
hot
oh,
at
she
work.
kind of give us somebody from G Status season 2 that we canceled, and I don't want to put that
Ooh,
on
ooh,
her. But then she said some bullshit, so I'm not calling her redacted Maserati. I'm
Jesus.
sorry, yeah, my bad, my
We
bad,
ain't even got there yet. You you on
my bad. You know,
ahead.
I just can't stand a whole
Jesus.
ignorant bitch. Like I
I
I, I
agree.
can't
I
stand the
agree.
ignorant bitch. You
We
know,
gonna get
my
into
my
it though.
my tolerance for ignorance, or
Yes.
as Miss Burgess call it, ignorancy. Baby, it's ignorancy today. It's ignorancy right now. I don't
Yes.
have time for the ignorancy. So I'm sorry, yeah,
Okay.
you can tell you know what you covered this scene. And when you done talking about Banks and Dom and Althea, I'll give my input. My bad.
There you go. Okay. So they basically link up to walk the runway to showcase the fashion of one of Dom's friends. I can't remember the friend's name. But I wanted to say that I really like I think I mentioned this in the first episode, but I really like Althea's style. I feel like her aesthetic is similar to like my aesthetic and what I like. I like her chrome heart top that she's wearing in this scene. I think it's really cute. And it, the color like matches her skin really well. But yeah, she ate that up. But yeah, they're just talking about walking the show. Nova is a little nervous. But they did decide to choose Althea to start the show, I guess, which is like a big deal in fashion when you start the
Mhm.
show or whatever. So I thought that that was really cute. Um, I think the dynamic of I think their three dynamic the dynamic between them three is interesting because I feel like Althea and Dom I feel like they kind of think like, oh, we're like a little group. Like, I think they can see them three being like close and being a group. But I feel like Nova is like being kind of shady. So it's like, oh, girl. Like, especially Althea, I'm like, oh, girl, tread lightly. I don't know if. Because I feel like Tony picked up the vibes. And that's why she did not, we'll get into it later, but that's why she left her on red. But I feel like Althea is like giving her maybe the benefit of the doubt, or maybe she just hasn't been outwardly shady towards her. So I feel like she's still like, oh yeah, that's my girl, but it's like I don't know, like you were saying, like she giving a little, kind of giving like chasing Orlando energy, and it's interesting because I feel like the last episode I said that she could be on chasing Orlando, but like yeah, I feel like just the way she's coming off right now,
Mhm.
like the unnecessary shade and like all of that is giving chasing Orlando to me. Let us know what you think in the chat. Um, but yeah, they decided to walk for the show, and I thought the show went really well. Here are some of the fits. I felt like it was cohesive. That's one of the things that I like really liked. The patterns were like kind of
Yes, I love the
uniform. The
patterns.
aesthetic, yeah, it was like kind of uniform and like it kind of went together, which I really liked. Um, and no shade, I feel like that's something that was lacking in Q's show is that there was no cohesion to connect the looks, but this was connecting the looks and kind of telling the story of like legacy
Hmm.
and heritage. It seemed just from looking at it. But yeah, this was Althea's look. I thought it was cute. Loved the boot. Not crazy about the tight, but I do like the two piece and the boot. I thought that
Me
was
too. I
really
love
cute.
the two piece. I also love that her top had a hood on it. Like I thought that
Oh, I
that
didn't even
was
notice that. Okay.
very in my Gretchen Wiener's voice. That was very fetch because it made the look versatile. Like baby, pop the hood up, get a little red riding hood, creep up on your nigga and do some things, or you go rob a bitch that you don't like. So the versatile
That's that
baby.
Gemini energy. That you should call that the Gemini hoodie.
My goodness.
But
You
yeah,
fall for that. You fall for that. But I do want to say I want Althea's body, baby. Give me the
her
legs and give
body
me
is
her
cute.
neck.
Her
Give me her
body is
legs
cute.
and give me her neck. You know, back in the day, I used to want Trina. I used to want Trina's neck. These days, 2026, I want Althea's neck, baby. Anywho,
Yeah.
I feel like Althea, I felt she was best dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I love the patterns. I love the garms. I was also wondering. I mean, I know you can't answer this. And I know the audience. Shout out to everybody that's watching. But
Mm-hmm.
the patterns, like the fabric, like I wonder if the pattern was it just something that the designer thought of, or is it like the color scheme of like a flag or something? Or I just wonder how
Yeah.
they put these colors together because they just mesh like so goddamn well. All of the models, by the way, look good. I saw that they had like a variety or diverse models like black models, thin models, plus size
Mm-hmm.
models, white models. I believe
Right.
I saw maybe like a Hispanic or Asian model. So I was like, okay, inclusivity, if that's the
Yeah.
word, baby. But I was just living for this goddamn. I
I
was
had a
living for
couple other
the
looks
for the
too.
for the fashions. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Um.
really haven't been like a fan of the color green, but these designers absolutely just blew me away. Like I next slide, please. Get
Okay.
redacted off my screen, please.
It ain't that bad.
It is.
Damn.
I don't want this. I don't want her on my screen. Please go to the
We
next slide.
still have to review the
Um,
show. We gotta do our
baby, my
job.
foot gonna be on her neck all season, and I feel like this is only episode 2. I feel like her ignorance is only gonna get worse.
Yeah. Well,
So
I would rather
until
you
she,
drag her instead of ignoring her, because we gotta review
baby,
the show.
no, because I almost went Charlie Exile on her, and I was gonna get myself canceled.
Don't do
Yes,
that.
girl.
Don't do that.
Shut the fuck up. Talk to me, girl. I almost went there, but I was like, oh, I'm above that. I'm bigger than that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. Anywho,
Um.
Althea. was it for me. And the fact that the designers decided to have her open the show, I thought was like work. So
Yeah, it made
shouts to
sense.
Althea.
Yeah, Althea A loved her walk. Nova was given a little too stiff for me. Like she was given like, too serious, too stiff. I think she needed to loosen up a little bit. But I did like her outfit, especially the shirt. And then Dom, I really like Dom's jacket, I guess you could say. I thought the jacket was cute. The pants didn't seem to fit as well as I wanted them to fit, especially like at the top. But I did really love the little uh, what is it, a casket? No, that's not a casket. Yeah, the little jacket he had on. I thought that was really cute. And it matched his estate. I hope he's able to take that home, that piece home for sure. Um, and also, I wanted to say, shout out to Spicy Original who's in the building. Thank you for
Yes, thank
being
you
a
for being
fan.
here. Shout out to everybody that's in
Um,
the building.
yes, absolutely. So yeah, those were the looks. I thought the venue was cute. Somebody had a poodle. I think it was Dom.
Yep,
I
Dom
said,
had a
okay.
poodle.
I can't say this word. Eccentric. It was very eccentric. I'll say that. But yeah, so we got through that, and then after the fashion show, they kind of sit down. Nova, Althea, and Dom sit down, and they kind of just talk about just the show, the fashion show, and it was interesting because I'm starting to see more and more of like because we know Nova is shady, right? And I'm like, where is this shade coming from? And I just thought it was interesting how like Dom was kind of giving Althea her tens, and then that's when Nova. And it also could be the editing, but that's when Nova was like, "Oh yeah, she's a model. She has that look. The best ones are always weird looking." And I was just like, "How funny? How weird is it that you said that right when he was giving her tens? Like almost like you wanted him to give you your tens, and like because he didn't say anything to you, you got mad. Like I don't know, but
That's
yeah,
that
the
light skin
comment,
energy. She was calling herself the model and saying that she's never walked a fashion show before.
yeah,
But listening to the girl talk, I don't think she rapped too tight. So
she does kind of give like her elevator
Bird,
gets stuck between the first and the
Big
second
Bird.
floor for sure. Like mamas might have been eating crayons in the third grade, but who
She waiting for
knows?
that nigga to get out of jail.
Listen, that ain't helping her case. That ain't helping the case, honestly. But but yeah, they kind of talk about the modeling, and then Nova touches on how she's waiting on her dude to get out of jail, and that took Dom like it took Dom like back a little bit, and I was like, I would have thought you would have messed with somebody in jail before. No shade, but I would have thought you would have. I'm just saying. I would have thought you would have you know not been on live after lockup, but like seen what was going on Cell Block 8. But I don't know, maybe not. I guess. But
My goodness.
yeah, Dom was just kind of like, ooh, okay. Um, she did say something that was interesting though. Nova, she said that she said that I guess like it's a dude that she's talking to that's in jail, and then there's a dude in Florida that wants to come see her, and I guess she wants them to fight over her. Which I said very 23 energy of you. How 23 of you to want these men to fight over you?
I said, come
And
on, Angela from the office.
listen, girls from all over the world want that, I guess. But yeah, she said that basically like if there's no like drama, I guess it's kind of boring. She doesn't want somebody that's just regular because that's very boring to her. And I thought that was an interesting statement to make because I feel like some of the girls, I feel like some people feel that way. And honestly, I feel like some people just aren't like, I feel like they're physically attracted to somebody, and I feel like that's what's driving the relationship. But like once things are like chill and everything's going well, it's like boring because y'all don't have any common interests. Like I feel like that's maybe one of the reasons why like people like that always want drama because it's like when it's like when it's no drama, we don't have like anything in common, so it's boring. But like if you were to just date somebody that you had something in common with, when it's not drama, which most people don't want drama in their relationship, when there's no drama, you're getting to know each other. You're actually like sharing in your passions and the things that y'all have in common. But if it's just the physical shit, which I think wears off, you're gonna be like, okay, well now I'm bored because I only initially wanted you because you were fine. So I don't know. I feel like that's maybe one of the reasons. But I just thought it was interesting that she said that. It made me think of that. Um, but yeah, did you have anything else to say about this scene?
Um, one last note. I feel like every trash comment that comes out of Nova's mouth, that middle part kind of becomes the Red Sea. So I've decided to name her Moses Banks, baby, because that wig is kind of thin. And I never heard her talk about Althea funny looking, and her wig is thinning. Like,
Yeah, I
just
think she's
plucking at
just.
that part, baby.
I
Ugh.
honestly think she's just insecure. I think she is insecure with herself, and I feel like because notice she's only going after like the femme presenting girlies on the show. Like she ain't said nothing about the dude
Well,
outside of
she kind of has
Noel.
come for Noel.
But peep how she thought. I think she thought Noel was one of the girls because once
Oh, right.
later in
Okay.
the later like during the ballroom when he came out with no wig, just giving boy, she was like, "Oh, I thought." She was basically like, "Oh, I thought you were one of the girls. Like, where's your wig at?" And it was like, "No, he's a boy. Like, he identifies as a man." And so, to me, I feel like that's the only reason why she was really giving her fever like that, giving Noelle fever like that, because she thought she was one of the girls. But yeah, when it comes to Tony, when it comes to Althea, I just like, you know, and it goes back to the whole I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of gay friends. I don't have a lot of
True.
queer friends. I don't really be friends with the trans girls like that. That's a red flag. Cause why you ain't got no trans friends?
Very true.
Why you on a boat by yourself? Like so yeah that yeah red flag for me. But let's move on to the ballroom. Or no, I forgot about this scene. Noel is in the booth rapping over some beats in the
Mm-hmm.
studio, and he invites Sammy, and they're kind of just chilling, hanging out. They talk about I guess like their music, and one of the topics was asking for a um, basically asking for a payment for a feature. And so I guess Noel was basically saying like he feels kind of not awkward, but like he wants to be paid for his features, but he's noticing that like people will kind of ghost him because he wants money. Which I feel like you should stick to your morals and your values. If you know your worth, like always stay on that. And if people don't want to, you know, if they don't want to give you what you're worth, then that's not for you. I think. But I also agree with Sammy where it's just like it depends on the situation. Like if this could help me when it comes to exposure, I might do it. Versus like, okay, like this might give me exposure, so maybe I won't take the payment this time, but this time I need the payment. You know. So, what did you think of this scene?
I thought this was a really cute scene. I really enjoyed this scene. Probably my favorite episode or favorite scene of the episode. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pretty much because I think I misjudged Noel. So the season premiere, I thought Noel was going to be a character that's kind of like self-centered, all about drama and gossip. But like
Mm-hmm.
every time like he's on the camera, he's literally talking about like elevating himself as like an artist. So he's kind of surprised me because I just thought he was going to be messy as fuck, but like he's literally putting his best foot forward and like trying to establish himself as a serious like musician, and I absolutely love
Mm-hmm.
that for him. I thought that this scene with him and Sammy was really unique because they're kind of in the same boat, being newbies, being musicians. Um, they are kind of like just on the same wave where it's like if we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. Like fuck all the drama, fuck all the other shit. Like let's just focus on what we do and just elevate. So I really enjoyed the scene, baby. The scene was bright. They both have like this kind of like Noel and Dom. Sammy and Noel are kind of like yin and yang. Like they have like this just vibe that just mesh. It's very playful. They don't take themselves like too seriously. So I just overall just enjoyed this thing. Also Noel talking about like the collaboration fee. I kind of feel like some people feel like they have to kind of sell themselves short for like family members. And it's like, no. I mean, you have to know your worth. And then like, of course you kind of do have to kind of look out for family and friends, but it's like I'm not gonna lowball myself because you're my family. Like, baby, I still gotta eat too. So you wanna work with me or you need some work from me, then you have to run me my money. So I overall enjoyed this scene. Like they just have really, really good chemistry.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm living for
not
Noel.
sexual chemistry, but they got chemistry.
Well, you know, Noel's trying to turn it sexual. And Sam is like, homeboy, I'm married. I was married. Yeah.
He flashed that ring real fast. Let him know. Let him know.
Yes, Noel is the key. He got on this auntie jacket. So I'm living,
It
baby.
does. It is giving auntie
Noel is the key.
from the 90s. He just needs that 90s cut.
And a door knocker earrings. And
Door
it would
knocker
be,
earrings.
yes, I'm living for Noel, baby. A whole key.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see him and Carl interact.
I want to see that interaction. Yes.
Because that's
100%.
going to be top tier, baby. Both of their
Yeah.
personalities are just so just out there, and they're both just outspoken and just so carefree and funny. Like, I cannot wait to see Noel and Carl like interact this damn season.
That would be good for sure. Okay. Moving on to the second to last scene, I think, of the episode. Tramel and Dom meet up to just kind of chat. I guess there was a little mishap when they met at Q's party. They didn't meet for the first time, but when they, saw each other at Q's event. One thing also, I love how the events are actually events.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I just randomly thought about that. I love, because usually when people say it's an event, it's like, girl, this is a little house party, a little kickback. It's a little like situation. It's not really giving much. But I love how the events are events. But when they were at Q's event, um, I guess I don't know if it was Shamil or if it was Dom, but one of them was, basically giving like, "Hi, nice to meet you,"
Dom.
and Dom was giving, "Hi, nice to meet you," and of course that to anybody who's had their tongue down my throat, you're not gonna hit me with no "Hi, nice to meet you" when we know each other. Like what? Like what's going on? Because you got a look on your face like something just happened.
No, Noel just dropped the comment. Noel just dropped the comment, and I was like, "It's the screen grab from his scene with
I didn't
Sammy."
even see it. I'm sorry. Shout out to Noel. Why are y'all freestyling me in the worst way? When it's the last thing, not like
My
amen. No. It's just fancy.
Yes, no, we're actually living for you over here.
Yeah, you're silly. It's fine.
Thank you for being here, by the way.
But yes, thank you for being here. Yes, much love. Magic User said Noel is easily my favorite so far. Super funny, hones hones that humility virtue. Yes, we live for you.
Yes, one of the very few people that are self-aware on the Chasing franchise, Chasing Reality platform. Yeah. One of the very few people who are like self-aware.
But yes, back to Dom and Tramel. Do you see the chemistry between them? I don't.
No, I think it was just, baby, I'm gonna get this one off, and you like 0.6 miles away from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're a better offense friend. Dom and this ugly ass. Can we get into this top that he got on? Because why is he dressed like somebody's grandmother? Like
or I do like the glasses.
I live for the glasses, and the jeans are kind of like I kind of live for the jeans because they kind of look dated, maybe like 70s, 80s. But that top is no, baby. It's giving the grandkids are on the inside playing. I stepped out for a day drink. Like,
not day drinking.
I'm not living.
Wait, not day drinking when you're supposed to be watching the kids.
Listen, that's what it's giving. They got me stressed out after this damn shirt on so I can come out and get a drink. That's what it's giving.
Baby drinking red wine during the day.
On that Cougar Sound shit, baby. Come on now. Yes,
Oh my
Dom. I'm
god.
not crazy about this guy. And then the turtle, the neck got the no. It's a lot going on, baby.
Mm-mm.
A turtleneck and the
Um,
fabric, but I live for Dom. And I love that
yeah,
he explores and experiments with his fashion. But this
exactly,
topic is
exactly. Yeah, when I was looking at this scene, I was like, it's a lot of colors going on because I feel like Tramel's flannel is very colorful.
mm-hmm.
Well, the blue is colorful, I guess, and then Dom's shirt. But yeah, I was like, I don't really see the chemistry between y'all. So when they said that they made out, I was like, really? Like, I don't. Okay. Um,
I'm gonna
I
keep
would
that to
like to
myself.
see it. I mean, but anyway, um, yeah, they just sit down and talk about their situation, and yeah, I mean, I don't. I think they're better off as friends, like you said. Um, but I guess there is some chemistry there. I guess even if I don't see it. Um, but yeah. Um, moving on to the next scene, the last scene, and I wanted to highlight one of my favorite outfits from the episode.
My goodness, Tramel ate
Like,
this.
wait, we don't get into that common magic user, but yes, I want to talk about Tramel's Tramel's probably the fit he wore to the Cowboy Carter
Mm-hmm.
concert. But yeah, it's his cowboy fit. I was looking for it. This is one of the few times that I love the chest being out.
Cause the body is bodying.
The
Like, he could
body
have
is
just
bodying,
greased up
and then
just a
he
little
got a
bit, but
little, yeah, a little mesh, which I normally hate mesh, but it's working for him. I'm into
mm-hmm.
it. I was looking for this outfit, so shout out to Tremel for that. But yeah, we get into um, Dom dressed like the mom from Matilda is crazy.
My goodness, he is just like real pro man. Goodness.
Should they do a remake?
This should. All he need is the jewelry and the fucking colorful kid heel nails, baby.
Yes, and a pack of Newports, baby. Uh,
Can't forget about the pack of Newports, baby.
can't
Maybe
forget about that.
a pack of Marlboros. She gives
Yes.
a Marlboro type of girl.
Mhm. Mhm.
You ain't
Straight out a
shit.
pack of
Yes,
cigarettes.
I'm living for Tremel in this goddamn fit, baby.
Yes. He looks
All that was
good.
missing was his pony.
Yes. Yes. Um. Spicy Original said, "Noel, baby, you are a key."
That whole
Yes, he
thing.
100% is a key. But yes, Noel is probably my fave so far. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's like the standout. Um, he's just so kooky and funny, and I don't know if he's done reality TV before, but I'm surprised. I would be surprised if he hasn't. Um, but yeah, as you just said, that's a great look for Tremel. Yeah, I agree. I didn't know he was so bodied until I saw this still. I was like, oh, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know you had that under there.
He should have
Um,
showed up in that fit that he greeted Sherrod with on G Side of season
you
one.
keep bringing that up. Let that man live.
Baby, them fingerless bloods. I'm like, Chanel, where is you going in this trench coat and these
What was that
fingerless
like 10 years
bloods?
ago? Let that man live.
My goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna just pop up in Chicago in the trench coat with some fingerless gloves. And let
Look,
me see if
not
you
in
let me live that
2026.
shit down.
You gonna be on the streets of Chicago, running around the streets of Chicago with that shit. Like Tremel
Goodness.
3000 be in that gym, that's for sure.
The
Yes.
Tremel 3000. Come on, Spicy Original.
C3 baby.
Yes, Tremel 3000. That's probably
C-
Tremel 6,000 right there, baby.
okay, okay.
Goodness.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But so the last scene, we see the gang go to a ball, the ball that Tony was talking about in the first episode. I believe it's a Kiki ball, in Decatur. Um, but yeah, I got this feel because everybody's showing up, and of course we keep talking about fashion. So I just wanted to go through and just look at everybody's looks and see what it's given. Um, I feel like Sebastian is dressed how I would probably be dressed, closest to how I would be dressed, because I'm very simple. Um, but I do love Althea's fit. She always knocks it out the park for me. Love the zebra print top. The boots are cute. I think those are jean shorts that she's wearing or a jean skirt. Um, but yeah, I like it. I like um Sammy's like the top, but I don't feel like the top went with the pants and the shoes. I feel like it was kind of a lot going on. But I do really like that top. Girl, what you mean? I'm a bottom. But, shout out to you if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I did like the top. I thought it was cool. It's definitely a performance top. But yeah, Nova Nova's giving girl at the mall realness. No shade, but I feel like she dressed like very
She's
pedestrian.
giving she works at Foot Locker in a store full of light skins and ain't nobody buying no goddamn shoes. That's what it's giving.
They at the
Deep
club,
cut.
baby.
Deep cut,
They
but
at the
that's what it's
club.
giving.
Oh my god, deep cut. But one time, me and Troy at the damn Foot Locker trying to buy some shoes, and I'm like, where are these? Why are all these kids in here just staring at each other? Like, what the hell is going on? I'm
Hey,
like,
no, when nobody in there
bro,
buying no goddamn shoes. I mean, literally just blocking the goddamn aisles, just standing
standing
around
there.
talking.
And
Like,
I'm like, oh, they can't get in the club, so this is their club. I'm like, they ain't got
and I
nowhere
was
else
like,
to
from this
go.
point forward, I would just start online shopping around the
Yeah,
goddamn holidays because it was a goddamn mess.
man.
But
Um,
I feel like Tramel's look is probably similar to what I would wear. Like I kind of like the two-tone
I
flannel.
can see
I
that for
wouldn't
you.
wear it, but the black jeans and the shoes is definitely me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Those
Dom.
jeans tight as
See,
hell though. No shade.
I, I feel like Dom is in his WWE Diva era. Cause right now he's just like Mother Jacqueline. He's just like my girl Jacqueline from
Yes,
2000,
it's
2001.
WWE Diva era. Period. Come
I ain't
on,
mad at it,
Jacqueline.
baby. Dom is in his
Come
WWE
on,
Diva era,
Jazz.
and I'm looking for it. Even his confessional look with the kind of leopard print top. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, because that's so Tori Wilson.
It's definitely giving Tori Wilson,
That is
Stacy
so Tori Wilson.
Keibler,
Like, I'm living for Dom.
definitely
Like,
giving
this look right here,
Victoria. Yes. Trish
ooh,
Stratus.
very Trish Stratus. He should have had on some cowboy boots or some thigh
Mm-hmm.
high. Them boots that Rick James had on when he fucked up Eddie Murphy couch. Them should have been the boots that Dom had on with this fit.
And a cowboy hat. Because you know the WWE Divas love the cowboy hat.
They do love a cowboy hat. They do love a cowboy hat.
Yes. Not his WWE Diva era, period. That's how it is. Somebody said they dress like they not going to the same place, which I think is very true. I feel like Sebastian is dressed like he going on a date to like see a baseball game or
Yeah, it's very
something.
casual.
Althea dressed like she going to the club maybe. I feel like Sammy dressed like I don't know.
I think Sammy might be dressed for like a dinner. Some
But
type of
that
like brunch or some shit. I don't know.
yeah. Nova dressed like she going to the mall, as
Mm-hmm.
we said. And then, of course, Donna's dressed like a WWE diva, like he about to enter the ring.
Somebody said he dressed like he want to
for
fight Trish Stratus.
a broad
My
penny match,
goodness.
baby.
Oh my god.
Do you remember those matches, bra and panties match? So
Yes. Oh
problematic.
my gosh.
So
Yes.
problematic.
The way they used to do the women back in the day was fucking terrible.
Terrible.
And then the
Terrible,
perverted
terrible.
men in the audience literally going crazy to see them in it. Like, so weird.
Amazing.
So sexist. I'm so happy that the women are so far removed from fucking
Man.
bra and penny matches and evening hour matches to actually wrestling and
Yeah.
showcasing their talent. Anyway, yes, Dom is in his bag with his look, and I'm not mad at it.
Also, Tremel dressed like he going on a picnic or something. But those jeans are very tight. I'm sorry.
Tremel is dressed for a field trip. I don't know why it's giving like
Not field trip.
maybe like a grade schooler. Maybe we're about to go to a museum
Okay.
or some shit, or
Like he
I don't
must
know.
have
But
asked
yeah,
down a
somebody
tree
hit the
to
note.
get
They are
the
definitely
wood
not
from the tree.
dressed like they're going to the same function.
He kind of dressed like a lesbian, no shade.
You put yourself inside. Walked over the bag of muscle on each shoulder, baby. My
He's
goodness.
just like he about to chop down some wood, baby. Like, oh my god.
Oh,
You just
shit.
said not Troy. Would that be considered light shade? You gotta ask him. Light shade, baby.
Wait. Well, what be
We
considered
done
like
said a couple things, so I don't know. Some of the things we could have said was very shady. Some of the things we could have said was light shade. Who knows?
My goodness, what I do? What I do?
Dressed like you about to fight.
You want to fight Trish? That is my goodness.
Oh my god.
Telling you, baby, that's something Mother
Oh,
Jacqueline
yeah.
would come out and two-piece somebody in, baby. That fit
Right?
Diamonds
He
Rockets
got the
bad.
arm. He got the arm.
Right?
Absolutely. But but yeah, we get into the ball, which I was living for. I love when they show stuff like this on the show. Noel was chosen to walk face, and perfect choice because he is just such a hilarious person. I think he did a really good job though. I think he was very into it. Just giving a moment, showing his face. Of course, I thought it was hilarious when he was still just doing his thing, and then Mamas was tapping him on the back like,
Like you get chopped. Get your
"You've
ass
been
off the
chopped,
stage.
baby. You going over there, baby. You've been chopped. Go log off from it. You've been chopped." Oh my
It's
god!
the
And it's
fact that
not
Noel
funny
was
that
like,
he
I'm trying to
got
do my
chopped.
thing, and I feel somebody keeps tapping me. The fact that the judges played in Noel's face, knowing that they chopped his ass, is what sent me. Because they was literally just in his face, like, yep. And they
You
chopped his
know they
ass.
were
Like, that
cheesing
was
in
the
his
key.
face.
The whole ball was just hilarious, baby.
Yes,
Noel is so fucking unserious. I just absolutely love his character because
yes,
just the
yes.
person tapping him to get him off the stage, it's just a lot going on.
But I love how subtle they were. Because, I mean, he wasn't paying attention for the longest. So I
True.
feel like they was
True. They
trying
could
not
have
to
just yanked
embarrass
his ass
him.
off the stage.
Yeah, which he didn't need to be embarrassed because I think he did a good job. And like you said, I mean, I've heard that there's politics in ballrooms. So,
Mm-hmm.
just because you didn't win doesn't mean you were bad. So, I lived for it. And, of course, this is the scene when, Nova like saw him and was like, "Oh, bitch, I thought you was gonna have on like a gown and a wig or something." And I was like, "You thought he was a femme queen?
Mm-hmm.
Why you was coming for him?" But yeah, they ended up chopping him, unfortunately. But Mother came through. Oh, this is when they chopped him. Sorry, I forgot. I got the but yeah. I feel like the look on his face is that Mr. Krabs meme where he was caught off guard. I feel like that's what this is giving. But yes, shout out to Noel who did once again he did a good job.
Yes, he did a
Um,
phenomenal job. A key
and
baby.
and then we got Mother Tony Icon
Mm-hmm.
of the Kiki Ball scene um, decided to walk. She said that it's like $1,000 competition where you have to get tens in every category. So I guess she's competing in four different categories. Um, and so basically, like if you win all four, and then I think there's one more, you win the $1,000 or whatever. But yeah, she looks very cute. Face is never declining. Um, yeah, she eats. I really have nothing else to say. Like she's that girl.
Literally.
Um, but
Literally.
yeah, yeah, that was the ball. I thought it was some funny things happened during the ball. I'll say, like Althea sitting at somebody's table. I didn't even know you could like rent tables at a ball. I'm like, damn, is it like the club where you just rent out a section or something? Like, damn. But
Sat down at that table and was eating their snacks. Now I said, baby, you're not about to get us jumped. Let's go.
right. And I would
Like,
have tried to recruit her, like, oh, you ever walk a ball? You ever run one way?
yes.
Like, girl, I would have been, yes, recruiting. But yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, they're all outside and they're talking after the ball, and basically Nova mentions like, oh, like I was supposed to walk, because Althea's like, oh, like you should walk. Like, have you ever thought about walking? She's like, yeah, I'm supposed to walk today, and they're like, oh, for real? And she was like, yeah, but Tony didn't like, you know, reach out to me. Like I was supposed to do it, but it didn't happen. And so they're like, oh, okay. And they're basically kind of giving Tony the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe it was a misunderstanding. Like kind of what we were saying. Like if you've never been to a ball, it doesn't really make sense for you to walk
Right.
in a ball if you've never.
Especially when there's $1,000 on the line, baby.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. But she's like, yeah, you don't know how the T girls give it up basically. But she obviously said the slur, and yeah, everybody was like, whoa, like,
And that's when I knew I was like, I can't mess with this
yeah,
broad.
they were like, girl, like, don't jump to conclusions. Like, you don't even know this girl. You met her once, and you're like assuming she's trying to be shady. And I think it's funny because honestly, I think for her to contact you to have you walking a ball when you've never walked in a ball would have been shady. Because you don't know what to do. Like, so to me, you would have been looking stupid. I mean, I don't think she would have been looking stupid, but like, there's a higher chance for you to be looking crazy because you don't know what to expect. So it's just
Right.
like that to me would have been shady. If I'm like, girl, come off this ball, and you don't know what you're doing. So Tony was basically like, girl, like I would have had you set up. I would have had you practicing. I would have had you, like because she seemed like the type of person where it's like you not gonna be under my wing and looking crazy. Like we
Right.
gonna be working shit out. Like so, I think it was a misunderstanding, but I think where it kind of rubbed me the wrong way with Nova was she immediately thought like, oh, Tony is being shady and like, she's trans, so that automatically is a kind of. And I'm just like, girl, like, yo, you doing too much. Like to me, it's just giving like, again, you're insecure or you have some type of situation with the femme girls, whether they be cisgendered or trans or whatever, and it's like you're just trying to like rumble with them for no reason. And it's like they living for you. Like I feel like Tony is kind of to themselves, like they don't really, cling to anybody. But I feel like they were, like, oh yeah, do you want to walk a ball? Like you
Hmm.
should. And then Althea was like, yeah, you should walk. Like they're encouraging her, and she's thinking that she's either being shady to them or she's thinking they're being shady towards her. And I feel like she just needs to relax and, you know, yeah, just relax. Like nobody's coming for you, girl. Like you're fine. Like I don't know. The whole situation was just like, girl, you doing too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Um,
And it's only episode 2.
yeah. Um, but they have a sit down next episode, so I hope that it goes well. Like I said, I think it was a misunderstanding. Hopefully they, see that. I don't see Tony as the type of person to really like come out of character, especially over something silly like this. So maybe it could be a mother daughter moment. Let me raise you a little bit. Let me raise you. Let me teach you something a little bit.
Yes.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's what you just said about Nova, the light skinned city princess. Oh,
My goodness.
what I said earlier. Yeah. Um, yeah. Matthew User also said, I do not know what to think about Nova, and Chasing is going through a questionable racial wild card at that style. Child, I didn't want to pig her as that type of girl, but it's
Can
given
we,
that.
yes, petition Chasing Reality to stop casting problematic light skinned people and
Hmm,
problematic Spanish bitches, please? Because this shit is getting up.
girl, I don't know what she is. She kind of gives maybe not light skin, maybe biracial or maybe like
You think
Hispanic,
she got a white
maybe.
mama? Because that's kind of what it's giving.
I was waiting for you to jump on that. Maybe I don't. I know. I think her mama might probably Spanish or something. I don't know. She gives Hispanic, so I don't know. But yeah.
Goodness.
Um, yeah, girl, I don't know. You just kind of getting insecure to me. Like, I need you to step your game up a little bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell
She's
her to
like
step
a
her pussy
cute
up, but I
girl,
feel like
but
that's
it's
inappropriate. So,
unfortunate that
you said what?
she's a cute girl like Nova. It's just unfortunate that her attitude is so nasty.
Yeah.
Like,
And I also feel like when it comes to Althea, I feel like not only does Althea know how to put that shit on, but Althea has personality. And I feel like Althea is not afraid to show that. Like I feel like she has a charm to her, and I feel like
mhm.
maybe Nova sees that and is kind of like, because this is the second time this episode she's like shaded her, and it's like, bro, what's the issue? And notice Althea is like cool with her, like she's like, oh girl, like like supporting her and everything. So it's just like I don't know, it's giving maybe a little jealousy. I don't know. I don't like to say that off that, but that's kind of what it's giving to me. But I guess we'll see.
Foolishness. That's all.
Um,
Oh,
but yeah,
yeah.
that was our review. I'm excited to see what's to come. There are more people coming, if y'all can believe that. There are more people. I know Carl is coming, which we live for Carl. Shout out to Carl.
Shout out to K
Um,
Star.
and I know Dom has a friend that's coming on, and I think there's maybe one other person that's gonna be on. So
Is
yeah,
that the friend with the heavy ass wig and the big ass teeth? Because they opened that door looking like Roger from American Dad, and I was like, my goodness.
why would you do that? You know
I'm
who
just
he kind of
saying,
looks
he looks
like?
just like
He
Roger
kind of
from
looks like
American Dad
old
with that
boy
damn
from
wig on.
what's that show that we were reviewing? Hot Boy LA, I think. Remember he was dark skinned?
Yes, Tyrell, something like
I
that.
think something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, he kind of gives
You
that.
got
But
beautiful teeth. My goodness.
you saying that a bit. Not heavy wig and big teeth. I want to give him a
The
give him
wig
a
did look
chance.
heavy as hell. Like, that's one of them young Yale wigs, baby. You know she
Yeah,
be putting like 9 packs of hair on her
and the
goddamn
veneers
head.
are
Like,
veneering.
that
Like,
wig had homeboy had on with the heavy as hell.
yeah. Oof. Well, we'll see. But thank you all for coming through on this Friday. Sorry for the technical difficulties. You know we can't get right, but we gonna try every time. But yes, definitely feel free to like, comment. Shout out to people again that's gonna watch it on the playback. Um, yeah, stay tuned. I promise you, every time we get on this live, we gonna be a little bit better than we was the live before. So yeah. um, I just hope everybody has a good weekend. Stay safe, stay warm. Megan user said, not he looking like the white man from the Vodka commercial.
A mess.
And when I tell you I hate that commercial, you should have checked your mug out. Bitch, I don't care about commercial, okay? Jesus. I don't care. But he do got some big ass teeth.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Megan user, you ain't right for that. Cause why do you know about that? I thought I was the only one that noticed.
Ooh.
Jesus. Here I am trying to watch my damn Hood Tubi movie. And here he comes. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Big ass.
Okay.
Thank y'all for coming through once again.
Yes.
Have a good weekend. Troy, did you have anything to say before we leave the people?
You know, I want to shout out everybody for coming through. Again, shout out to the people who are going to watch this on the playback. Shout out to the people who came through, just chopped it up with us during this live and our technical difficulties. We'll be here next weekend. You guys stay safe, stay warm. Fuck ice, baby.
And fuck ice, yes. 100%.
Peace.
All day, every day.
Hey,
Yes.
see you guys in
All
the
right.
next one.
It's Ken Carey. See y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.